Hey everyone, it's Scott Norris here from Virtualiseme TV. I'm just doing a pre-recording today of hopefully a live demo I'm going to do at VMUG in Sydney and in Melbourne, part of the V Brown Bag sessions. I hope I can show it in the time that I've got, but I thought I'd record it anyway and post it up. So all it's really doing is showing the extensibility of vRealize automation and how you can break out of the box and do some cool stuff. So today we're just going to have a little bit of a governance. So if we have a look at a user here called Jane Smith, she has a bunch of catalog items. Now, if we just have a quick look at a catalog item, now these catalog items are all XAS. As we can see, we've got a project code. Now I'll go through what a project code is when I go and create one. But as you can see, she's just got 3 here. So I'll go out of that and I'll pretend to be a project manager or someone else in the system. But essentially we want to go and create a new project. So what this does is we'll give it a project name and we'll go VMUG demo, we'll give it a project code as 8668. And let's say, for example, a business wants to control what projects are allowed to spend on what money. We want to be able to go, okay, give them the opportunity to say, well, this project, due to cost, due to licensing, due to whatever other reasons, is only allowed on specific platforms. So go right, AWS, and we'll go vSphere. Are the two that this person is allowed to deploy to. And if we had more than one domain, you could say, well, you know, you guys can only go into like dev or test. You can't go into prod, as an example. Project. And then we give it a manager. So as in managers, I'll give myself manager, and this will actually choose out of Active Directory. We'll have a look at funding. So this is allowed $668. And then we have an expiration date on the funding. So most, funding will finish on, your June 30 type of arrangement. And then we go, okay, groups. But for this one, I'm just going to do members. So let's go J Smith. There she is. And is this allowed to provision without funding? Meaning that if they run out of money, can they continue provision? So we'll go no as the default. So I hit submit here. Now what this project allows us to do is allows us to, the business can allocate funds, as a lot of companies and businesses will spend on a per project basis, and allow us to put some governance over where people are allowed to spend, because you give people free rein, they're going to choose their favorite, not in the company's best interest. Where this allows us to give some governance as well as almost like a pre-approval, because we've pre-approved Jane Smith there to provision on behalf of that project. So that sort of removes the capability. If you can still offer that catalog item to everyone, but if they don't have a project code, they can't provision. So let's go and have a look at, make sure this has actually gone through. Yep, great. Now let's go back to Jane, just to show this isn't bullcrapping. And we go, right, hopefully she had 3 before, she should have 4. 4. There it is, 8668. We go to that, we'll be able to see VMUG demo, that's how much cost, and we can provision to Amazon. Awesome. But what about if we go, this person goes, no, I want to go to vCloud Air, as an example. And they go and pick their project, and we can't continue. So meaning that because it's not a valid platform, they can't provision. So we haven't stopped them from provisioning, we've just limited them, which is really great. It gives the business, that extra bit of permissions and governance without actually impacting the user whatsoever. They can still provision to their heart's content on AWS and vSphere. That'll eat away at their funds, but it's put it in the best place for the business. So we can have a look at that, and we can go to, let's, step it up a notch. We can go, we want to create everything. So you could see there before I had as catalog items for all the platforms. Here we can choose, again, my project code. We'll see my VMUG demo, and here will actually give us a drop down of our platforms. And these are the ones we're allowed to go to. So while this is going on XAS, it allows you use the EBS description to be able to enforce API calls as well as enforcing in the blueprinting. So when you're blueprinting, you've got multiple machines. You can either front that with an XAS, or you just need to fill in the proper properties that are allocated on every machine to make sure that you're allowed to provision against the platform and against that project code. And we also, being in the EBS, caters for API calls and requests, so it doesn't have to be through the UI as well. So we can go there and we can see number of machines. Great. Domain. We have the different images. We go, no, we don't want dedicated. On general purpose. Size, we'll go medium because that's all we've allowed. Again, you can allow your different sizes. I don't want to specify availability zone. Application. Give it a name. Now this will actually make up the name of the box. I won't go into that right now. And we go through, we can configure additional storage if we want to, but I won't. Also configure additional networking if we really want to as well. But for cloud machines, not really any point generally. And any additional info, you know, request numbers, cost centers, etc. Hit submit, and booyah. It goes off and deploys it. Now, as you can see, if I go back into my user, we'll be able to see the IAs here. I've got the same type of machines. So I've got different codes there, and you see I don't actually have that 8668. But if I was to go back, and since I'm the admin of it, I can do this, and we can edit a project. I can select the project, which was this one. It already give the allowed platforms, allowed domains, and I can go and add myself in there. Pretty sure on that one. Submit. Now that also works on AD groups. Obviously it's better on AD groups, but this is just a demo lab. And I can go back into my IAs. Let's just choose vSphere this time. Ignore that. And there's my 8668. So what's great about this is, again, it shows when something doesn't quite match what you need with vRA, its extensibility is extremely powerful. Anyway, see you later. Bye.